All right, it's check-in time because I have another topic for you that have come up several times, and I've definitely been there, and it can be a little bit tricky, it can be a little bit kind of get you emotional a bit in the beginning when this happens, and that is when you don't see progress or when the scale or whatever you're measuring goes in the wrong direction. And so maybe just a little backstory. If you are in this situation, just know that that is totally normal, because I think we all go through it. I've been at times, when I started gaining weight, and I remember for weeks and weeks, the scale always went up, and I was so excited. I was like, I'm making progress, like everything is working, awesome. And then one week, I stepped on the scale, and no progress. I think I even lost a little bit of weight. And I was so disappointed because I was like, I did everything, right? I did my workouts, I tracked my food, I did everything I was supposed to do in that week, and no effect. And luckily I had my coach there because I was very emotional. I was super disappointed. I was like, okay, I need to change everything, right? Like something is not working. And my coach, our coach, he was very calm, and he was like, okay, first of all, chill. This is normal. This happens. And trust the process. I already know the program works that I gave you. I know the food works, the recommendations I gave you. I know everything works. And there are different factors, but also know that this is a journey. And you have to trust the process, that you are going in the right direction. And this is one of the most important things I learned, because oftentimes we look at it as something that needs to happen right now. But it is always a journey, and we need to trust that we are on the right path. And that's why you are in this program as well, because we know exactly what we are doing. I've been on this journey. Coach has so many years of experience, and he knows what he's putting out, it works. And then, yes, of course, there are moments where the scale or the progress doesn't show up the way that we want to. And that can have different reasons. So let's unpack this a little bit. I already mentioned to stay calm and trust the process. So I think this is one of the most important things to do in the beginning. There's no point in changing a lot of things just because one week it didn't work out the way you wanted, because that can also just give a lot more harm than it can do good. So again, stay calm. It happens to everybody. And it doesn't mean that you did something wrong, or that you are not enough, or that you're doing it not right. Really, it happens. Because, and here's the thing, our body adapts. So when I started, and that was the reason why at some stage I didn't make more progress, I started with 3,000 calories per day because my metabolism is so high that I needed to eat a lot. So I started with that, and that worked for around 6 weeks maybe. So I made progress in 6 weeks. Every week I saw progress. And then after 6 weeks, my body had adjusted. I had gained muscle, and my body had adjusted to that amount of calories. And because I had gained muscles, my body needed a little bit more to keep gaining muscle. And so I just needed to eat a little bit more. But if I had not looked at it just with the data, I would have probably changed a lot of different things and really amped it up and just kind of stressed myself out. And we don't need to do that, because oftentimes it's just a small thing that we can adapt, and then we make progress again. And sometimes it's something small in the program that we just need to add a little bit weight, or we actually need to decrease a little bit of weight and give the body a little bit rest. So that's why you have a coach, that's why you have us, because we can give you these experiences and the professional knowledge to that. But what is really important is to track. because only when you track, you have data that we can then make decisions on. So for example, if you don't track your food, and at some stage you're not making progress anymore, we can't see how much you've actually eaten. So how do we know if we need to increase or decrease the food? Because there's no data to it. And you know, sometimes people eat too little when they want to lose weight, and they eat too little, so actually their body keeps holding on to weight. And if we don't have that data, we might actually decrease the calories, and it would bring even more, like a more negative effect, and the body would try to hold even more onto the weight. So again, it's very, very important that you track your workouts and track your food. And of course, even better if you track your sleep and track your stress levels and all that. But this might be a little bit advanced. We want to start small, right? But in the app, track your food, track your workouts, because then we can already see, for example, are you doing your workouts? Because that could also be a thing. Maybe you had a stressful week and you didn't do all your workouts, or you ate out a lot and you didn't really know what you were eating. And then at the end of the week, you see that you didn't make progress. And that can be one factor. And again, there's no point in beating ourselves up about that. It's just something that happens. But when we have the data, we can actually see what the reason might be. And this is, I just mentioned it before, but this is another thing that we will then do, and that you can do for yourself as well, reviewing your past week. So first of all, you can ask yourself, did I actually follow the program? Because sometimes, and I've been definitely guilty of that, we look at the program and we're like, I don't really want to do this today because there's maybe one exercise that I don't really like. And then we start adapting the program. And that's not the purpose of the program. The program is designed for you to make results. And there's a lot of background, scientific background, professional background going into this. What just looks like a program to you, but it has a lot of meaning behind that, the reason why it's progressing like this. So if you're adapting your program, then that could be one factor why you might not see progress. Again, this can be one thing. I've been guilty of that. I don't do this anymore because I trust my coach to put in the right things in for me. Then also look at, how have I eaten? How have I been working out? Have I challenged myself in the workouts? Have I actually used the right weight? Again, tracking, so we know which weight we are using and that we are continuously progressing. You can also ask yourself, looking at your sleep, how have you slept? How has your stress level been? Because stress and sleep has a very big impact on our body composition and on our progress. So if you maybe have slept very little, your body didn't have enough time to recover, and with that also couldn't build the muscles that you wanted to build. So again, just looking at these different factors. And then the next step and the last step would be to discuss with coach and me one thing to change. And I say one thing because, as I said in the beginning, we want to change everything, right? We're like, oh God, this is not working, and we go a bit crazy and we want to just change as much as possible so that we see results again. But we always need to remind ourselves that this is a trial and error process. It's not a quick fix, because everybody is different and everybody needs a little bit different approach. And so we have to figure out what works for us. And I had to do this for myself. Nobody else could do it. So what I can do for you is to give you the support, to give you a lot of tips along the way and my own stories. But you also need to figure that out for yourself, what's working for you. So we will take one thing and change it, and then we test again. And if you make progress in the next week, okay, cool, we have changed the right thing. And if you don't make progress, again, stay calm. This is part of the process. And we will look at another thing to change. And so with that, over time, again, this is a journey, this is a lifestyle. We will make progress. because the programs are designed like that, our support is designed like that, and sometimes it just needs a little bit of time to figure that out. And I promise you that you will make results if you follow the program and if you follow the nutrition recommendations. So with that being said, again, stay calm, everything's cool. I've been there before, so many other people have been there before, and we can always figure this out. So with that being said, have a good workout session. Reach out to me right in the Telegram group, because there might be some other people that have the same challenge, and then we can answer there and support as many as you as possible. So with that being said, have a good workout session, and as always, be powerful.